Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday, so happy Easter to you guys all. You guys are probably going to see this next week so happy belated Easter. Who knows, Easter, and we are starting to, just figure out what we're going to be doing for this week. This week I have a couple books that I want to read, and I thought, why not vlog with you guys? There's a lot going on this week, so we're going to see like how many pages I read every day this week. But books that I want to try to finish reading this week, just Playmates by Nova Banks. It's an arc that I got, so I want to read that one. I also have Played Off by Monica Murphy arc that I want to read this week as well, to have that posted by Friday on release day. So we have that to do. I have a stack of just new books over here. Night Beam and Sky Shade are not, you're not reading them in this video. I have a whole separate video of this whole series that's going to be coming out whenever I get to these next. Just taking my time with it. I really want to get to by the end of the summer basically, but here are just some options that I can be reading this week in between these other two, if I even read these two, if I get through my two arcs before it. We have The Assassin in the Underworld, just the last two novellas in the Assassin Blades, which I feel like I keep mentioning this in my last couple videos because I do want to get to it. I just don't know when I'm going to get to it, so that's an option. Taming 7. This series just makes me, anytime I think about it, it just makes me want to bawl. So this might be an option because I really want to read Claire and Gipsy's story. I have this for about a year now and I just need to read it. I just need to open it and just read it. I know it's going to destroy me in the best possible way. I also know this is not everyone's favorite in the series. I think they were expecting more and it didn't get what other people were expecting. So I'm excited to see how I'm gonna enjoy this book. So I really want to read that. I think I'm gonna start this book this week. Like, I think I'm just gonna read a chapter here, a chapter there, a little bit of this week, I think. I also have Wild Eyes, because as soon as I finish Wild Love, I ordered this because I needed it. I think West's story is probably gonna be my favorite, but I don't know. I really liked Ford too. So I can't wait to see what Wes is gonna bring. And just the way that they describe him in Wild Love, I think I'm just gonna love him. Then I have Things I Wanted to Say, which sounds really, really good, and I can't wait to read it. Like, I know I'm gonna read it, maybe not this week, but I know I'm gonna read it sometime soon. And then here are my new ones that I'm gonna be buddy reading with my friend. So we have, this is Kiss of the Basilic. This is The Split or Swallow. It was the original name of this, but they had to change it when they publicly published it. Is that, no, you guys know what I'm trying to say. I mean, look at it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. So I'm excited to read this. And then we also got this one called The Never, where this is going to be our first book that we're going to read together and kind of chat about and things like that. So I'm excited. It's a Why Choose. I haven't seen anyone talk about this, so we're excited to read it. It says, you're invited to the choosing where you could win the heart of not just one prince, but four. It just sounds good. So I'm excited for that. And I also got Never. Any of these books, and there's more over here, might be an option to read whenever I finish my arcs. Look forward to that. So I am 20% into Playmates, and we are following Jace, who got injured in the NHL and basically ruined his whole career with that one injury, and he's kind of like taking it really hard, and he's been drinking a lot and things like that. And then we have Rosalie, who is Jace's best friend's little sister, and she is in Juilliard. She's a dancer, a ballet dancer, but she is addicted to drinking and drugs and partying, and she ends up doing something really stupid, and Jace ends up having to walk on his bad leg to go help her out in this situation. And right now we're just trying to figure out if she actually did what has happened on the news, if that was her who actually did it, or if she's being framed for it. That's kind of where we're at in it right now, but you're seeing this tension between them. Like, he wants her, but like he's like, yeah, that's my best friend's little sister. So you know how those go. So far it's kind of just going. I kind of hope it picks up a little bit more, because right now I feel like it's a little bit slow, but it could just be me because I've just been in this weird reading funky space lately. So we'll see how that goes. I'll update you guys in a little bit. Okay, it is Monday later in the afternoon. Yesterday I read 44 pages. So Sunday, 44 pages. Honestly, I haven't really been reading much, and that's why I wanted to do this video, to see how much I'm reading on a realistic week. It's been a struggle bus over here with reading lately, and I can't really tell you why. It's just mentally I'm just not there in the mood to read, and I think that's just what it is. But I do have a lot of reading that I do want to get done this week. We also started packing today, so that took up a lot of my time. I'm just updating you guys. It's already like about to be 6 in the afternoon, and I'm just starting to read. Hoping to get, honestly, I want to get this book done, so I'm hoping to just read 200 and something pages today. Fingers crossed that I can do that. If not, that's okay too, but that's really what I want to get to. So yeah, not much has really happened. Her and Jace did the deed, and he's kind of like freaking out over it. He's kind of making a lot of sense right now in the book. He's kind of like, you're a lot younger than me. I think he's 31 and she's 22, so almost a 10-year gap. He's kind of just like, you're not at the level where I'm at. Like, I want to settle down. I'm retired now from hockey because he got injured, so he's retired. He wants to start a family, and he knows that she's not at that point in her life, but he also knows that like he would never push her to be ready for that, especially she hasn't even started her career yet. He knows all of this, and he kind of told her up front, and she's kind of just like, I'll let you sit on it and let you think about how you really want me, and then you'll be back, essentially. So she's kind of like, you're seeing her, I feel like, immaturity instead of taking what he's saying for face value. And they're also still trying to figure out like what happened that night with Nyx. Everyone now is thinking that her and Nyx are like in a relationship, and paparazzi at her school, so it's just not really looking good for her. We're gonna see what happens. Guys, let's talk. It is Tuesday morning, so I'm gonna update you guys on how much I read yesterday. 1 second. I read 86 pages yesterday. I'm really close to DNF in this book though. I never DNF'd an arc before, but it's just like I've been getting the ick the whole time I'm reading. They're just very immature, but also going through something very traumatic. They're both dealing with addiction, which that's not how it was, how I thought it was gonna go. I thought woman's gonna be dealing with addiction. That's just not how it goes. Some both struggling with addiction, and someone who has been in addiction for so much longer is helping someone currently going through it. So I don't know, there's just a lot. I mean, there's a part during an intimate moment where she's like, yes daddy, and it just was so random because that just doesn't seem like her type of thing to do, I guess. I don't know, there's just a lot of icks going on. I'm trying to push through, but I'll let you guys know if I end up DNFing or not. Because I'm struggling. Not even struggling, but like I'm just baffled at like a lot of things. And I usually don't get the ick while reading a lot, but I'm getting it really bad with this book. I mean, we'll see. I just want to know who set her up. I think it was her, I'm gonna tell you now guys, I think it was her ex-best friend. At this point they're ex-best friends, Charlie, who she calls Charlie. Her name is Charlotte. And then her on and off again fling. So we'll see. I don't know, we'll see. I'm just getting the ick even more. I don't know if it's just him, but I know it's both of them at times, because it's just like, I feel like he's being portrayed as way older than what he is. I mean, he's 31. She's 22, about to be 23. So they're about like almost like a 9-8 year gap. But like he can't be that, like, I don't know. I feel like they're portraying him way older in here, and I don't like it. Like, I don't like that she's calling him, I mean, I've read it in other books and it didn't give me the ick as bad as it's giving me the ick right now. When he's like, "Atta girl, you take it so well." Like, ew! Because they're portraying him so much older than his 31 years of age, it's just making me cringe. Big time. I'm completely baffled, and I'm just like cringing every single time I read any of their intimacy scenes. Ugh, like, what am I reading? I never felt this cringe or ick while reading a book, and I don't know, I'm feeling bad that I feel this way. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, and I can tell you right now that I'm not a fan of this book. Okay, it is Monday night and I finished Playmate. All I have to say is that I was not a fan of it. I don't know if it was just, I don't know. I feel like at times he came out like a big ick. And then other times he was like perfectly normal, just possessive hockey player, ex-hockey player. I just don't know what to make of it, and I'm still trying to wrap my mind on how everything went down. Okay, so last night I wanted to get my thoughts together for Playmates, and I only read that book. I was like, I need to just play games on my phone, and then I literally just fell asleep because I was just so tired, and then I didn't even get to sleep because my son's sick, so he was up all night crying. I just didn't connect to the characters. I felt like as a man he was very, very just whiny, but he was also depressed. He was also just lost his career. He was starting to become addicted to alcohol because of his pain. So it's like I understood, but then I didn't. And I tell you guys, whenever I read like books about addiction or anything like that, they usually like suck me in, take my soul out, make me cry, and like I feel like I can relate to them. I just felt like I couldn't relate to any of these characters, and it was just very like, in one chapter they will act a different way and another one is a different way, and then it's like, I don't know, I just don't know how to express how I was feeling while reading this. It wasn't it wasn't the worst experience, but it wasn't like the best experience, obviously. So I'm just like, what happened? You know, like, where did it go wrong? Where did I disconnect with the characters? Or it's like, how is someone, I guess my other issue was like, how is an addict which is Rosalie, how is she addicted to drugs and alcohol, but she's also helping somebody else try to come over an addiction that she can't even get over herself, that as soon as it peered pressure onto her, like she does right away. So it's like, how did someone like that help another addict out, I guess is my essential like saying, because then at that point you weren't really addicted because you can just get off of it and go. It was just something that you did recreationally whenever you would go out with your friends. So it's like, were you really addicted to it? I did like the plot though. I thought the plot was very interesting. I guess one of the characters, right, that was involved, not the other one. I think the first book in the series is following like her brother, which is Riley. I don't know, I just really couldn't connect to the characters in this one, so I think that's why I had to give it a 2-star. I feel bad giving a 2-star, but like I just really, honestly, I was going to DNF it at one point, so that's saying something. So going into today, which is 9:39, it's Wednesday, we are going to read a little bit of Birth of a Dynasty. So I got this is an ARC, my first ARC book ever. We're gonna start this comes out in June, yeah, June 25th. So I want to start it. I just want to start reading chapters here and there. This is like a fantasy like high fantasy book, strictly fantasy. I don't think there's barely any romance in it. Maybe we'll see a connection that will develop throughout the series by high fantasy. So I'm excited to read this, and this is by, I'm gonna butcher that, so I'm just gonna put it up here. You guys can see her, and then I'm gonna also be starting the Never List, and also what Played Off. I don't know why I thought that came out Friday, but apparently it doesn't. I just want to double check that just to make sure. But those are the books that we're going to be seeing on here for the rest of the week. Okay, so I'm just starting Birth of a Dynasty, but I'm laughing at myself because I can barely pronounce regular names. Okay, how am I gonna pronounce these names? I kind of wish there was like a pronunciation chart in here. I'm looking at the back of the book to make sure there's not one before I start talking. So I'm gonna murder these names. Bear with me when I'm talking about this. It already sounds like it's gonna be really good. We're gonna be following, I guess, kind of like a royal, or maybe I think he might be a king if his whole family is dead, correct? A king who is betrayed by one of their own. There's apparently going to be magic and seers and things that are destined to happen again for this land, which is called Akabunlin. I'm so embarrassed because I already know this is what it's called. I'm very mispronouncing it all. Just bear with me when I try to talk about this book. So I'm gonna get into this, see what it's about. I think I'm gonna read like 1 or 2 chapters in this one today, and then I'm really excited for Never List. Just look how beautiful she is. Like, I'm so excited. I don't know if did I show you guys? Look at the outside of it. I think she's just so pretty. We got, well, like, excuse me, I want them all. Excuse me. This is why it's a white cheese, because she wants them all too. I'm excited to read. I'm excited, so excited for that. Me and my friend are gonna actually be reading that together and kind of just talking about it by the end of the month or something like that, or even going into next month. All just depends because we're all dealing with sick babies right now. There's that, but I'm super excited because I haven't heard anyone talk about this on my For You page, like anywhere. We all know I love my white cheeses, so this is right up my alley. So I'm really, really, really excited for this. I don't know what I was expecting, but this literally started off with a bang. Like, my eyes were watering. I was not expecting that. So we're following Makuru, M-K-U-R-U, Makuru, I think that's how you say it. His family was slaughtered and he witnessed it basically all. Him and his older sister, well, his only sister, end up fleeing. Prince Ephron, I believe, something like that, is like literally right behind them, following them. She ends up telling him to hide. She tries to fight them off. Obviously, she's one person. Eventually, this is all just chapter 1. I only read 1 chapter. Then her lover ends up coming, who's from Wanidu. Sorry, telling you I'm gonna butcher these names. And they're all like noble homes, okay? There is this prophecy out there saying that when 2 noble families get together, this higher power is going to come to them, and basically they're going to take over their kingdom, essentially. At least that's what I'm understanding so far. King, or the prince, can't let that happen to obviously his family or whatever the case may be, and he watches it all happen. He watches his sister fall. Not only that, he watches his father fall. He watches essentially his mom commit suicide because she believes that she has to fall with the man of the house, and just so much happened just in this one chapter that I was just hooked. I was just like, oh my god. So essentially their whole family got killed because of his sister falling in love with another noble family. And that blew my mind. And I'm obsessed. But I only want to read a chapter because I don't want it, not a lot of thinking, but I just know that I'm going to get hooked and not be able to stop. So I want to stop now. So I think maybe later on I'll read chapter 2. But so far I've read 20 pages of this. I'm just excited to get into this. I cannot wait to read it. Just look how beautiful. Ugh. Obviously I'm going to take this off and we're going to start it. That's so pretty. Just like the gold detail on it. It's so pretty. But now we're going to go into this one. All I'm going to tell you guys is that if I look terrible, it's because I feel terrible. My son did not sleep at all last night. He's been up since about 1:32 in the morning. Why? He's sick. So it would make sense that he would want to rest, but somehow he doesn't. I don't know. To the point of this video, I read 105 pages on Wednesday and I felt like that was really good. I feel like I haven't read that many. That's a lie because on Tuesday I read 113 pages, so I'm lying, but I feel like I haven't read that many pages like back to back like that in a really long time, and I truly think it's just the books that I'm reading. So I'm gonna read another chapter or two in Birth of Dynasty. I think this book started off with a bang. Like, it intrigued me right away. I think what's gonna give me is that we're gonna get into other characters' POV. I mean, chapter 2 is still in Makuru's point of view, but then I think the third chapter changes to somebody else. Let's see who. Callie's point of view then. So I think we're going to be following a lot of different people, and I think it has like their clan, like the clan that they're a part of. Like, that's his family's last name, or maybe not. Maybe that's a lie. I don't know, because all of them have that. And then we get Princess Ephraim. I think I said Ephraim last name, but I think it's Ephraim. I'm just kind of nervous to see how this is gonna go, where it's gonna go. Like, is it gonna switch to like, is he still young in chapter 2, like, you know, things like that. But the first chapter, like I told you guys yesterday, was very just like captivating, very just heart-wrenching, heart-hurting for a young boy as him to experience, you know. So now let me tell you about the neighbor list. Guys, I'm hooked. I'm literally about to already start reading this today. I am hooked. I am on page 85, I believe, of this. You guys are at chapter 11. I'm hooked, and it's gonna be so interesting. So she's essentially went to the choosing. She went to the choosing, but never thought to get chosen. She went to the choosing to try to see what happened to her sister. Her sister a year ago, because every year they have this for them because the prince have not found a mate. The goddesses have made it that like they all need to share a mate to keep equal power, essentially, or something along those lines. And anyways, a year ago her sister went. She's from Ashland. Let me show you guys on this map. The map is beautiful. I think is very easy to read. I found some maps recently that I'm just like, what? So she is from Ashland, and basically they are just people that they kind of just like don't care about, that they discard. They're just not treated well. They're not allowed to cross city lines to like Cedar and Silk, or you know, any of these other ones up here. They're not allowed to like cross to. But obviously she and her sister have done it multiple times. And she's one of those people, and her sister was one of those people who love to help out like their community. So like they would go steal, and then whatever they have steal, they'll spread out through their community because nobody cares about Ashland, you know? So they try to make up for that. In this world, there are people that have power, and mostly essentially the people who do have power are like the princess and the kings, and obviously the goddesses who have been put to sleep to protect their land. First off, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if they're so powerful, why couldn't they just protect their lands while still being alive? You know, the little things like that. I feel like the kings have a lot to do with that, so I'm interested to see how all this is going to play out. Her sister ends up going missing at the choosing. Well, she believes that's the last known place that she knows that she went. So this year she wants to go to be able to try to look for her sister. So her friends, I forget her friend's name already. Jeez, this is why I gotta write shit down because I can't remember anything. She has two best friends, and one is from Cedar and Silk and the other one's from Leaf and Claws, and they met when they were very young. They are descendants of the demi goddesses. So they're, or not demi, they're goddess. They're descendants of the, are they descendants or, guys, I'm trying to get my thoughts together, but I can't because I'm sleep deprived. They are demis. Nobody knows that they have this little bit of power, and they ran into each other one day and they kind of just showed off their power without really meaning to, and they clicked like this right away because they knew that like, hey, that's not allowed. So she comes from like, I guess you can say like the worst city that there is there. She just hates the princes, hates the kings, hate what they're known for, hate what they do to her community and things like that. So she goes into this party and you get to choose if you want to be a part of the choosing, and her friend's like, yeah, like you should do it, we do every year. We never get picked, we just do it because we take the pin and then we sell it and we make all this money. And she's all about that because she comes from a very poor city. So she's like, oh, kind of like, okay, if they never got chosen, what's the chance that I will get chosen type of thing. So she did not want to get chosen. As we know, she gets chosen. I will tell you, her first encounter with the princes, which was with Jax, wonderful. Like, she has this connection to him, like she feels like she needs to be near him. Like, you can, like, you know, when you have a mate, like you can feel like that connection that runs through you guys, right? Especially when you're reading a book, you know when, okay, that's she's for them, right? So you can already feel like for them. Now it's just them convincing her that she is for them and her convincing them that, hey, like she wants them. She's feeling that, and she's not really like paying attention to it because she thinks that the 4 kings are like in front of her. So they did like a switcheroo with people. So yeah, but her first encounter with their dads is just, first off, Jax's dad is an asshole. We're gonna just start there. He's an asshole. You can tell he's very controlling, very just like gross. So their first test is like they're talking to her and they're like, I'm so sorry, like, do you need anything after what happened with their fathers? And she kind of just looks at them like, why would I need anything? She was like, I told them no. So I'm guessing like that first test is to see if they will give up to their dads, if you guys know what I mean. And she is the only one that has ever resisted that. Jax's dad was about to take it very far even when she told him no. Another prince's dad had to step in and let him know like, hey, you're taking it too far now. She passed. So I feel like we're gonna keep seeing Jax's dad somehow involved in somehow just being an asshole, because he just seems like that's what he is just a pure fucking asshole that nobody likes. You can even tell the other princes, like, I think she said like, and not other princes, the other kings, she can tell like 2 are kind of just like, you can tell they're dirtbags, and then there's the other 2 who like give off like mysterious vibes, but like not in like the dark sense that like Jax's and the other king gave her. I guess we're gonna see how this all plays out now. So essentially now she stays with them for a month. She travels to their different cities, gets to know them on a deeper level. They kind of test her throughout that, and by the end she has to decide if she wants to be their mates or not, or reject them. Kings are adamant that they need to choose a mate. This choosing, why, I wonder, nobody knows. So we're trying to figure that out, as well as also trying to figure out where her sister went, if something had to happen to her, or any of the above. That's kind of where we're at on this, and I'm only 85 pages in, so that's saying something. But I'm really enjoying it, so I can't wait to see what else happens. Good morning. It is Thursday, but we're gonna be giving you, oh wait, no, today's Friday. I don't even know what day of the week is. It's Friday. So yesterday I read 110 pages. Can you believe that? 110 pages? I'm telling you, this has been probably the best reading week I've had in a really long months. Probably like the last 2 months. I have been reading like a snail. I will tell you guys right now. A snail. Yeah, I think in this one we're really seeing her connect more with the guys. You see her caring and not understand like why she's caring as quickly as she is caring. Obviously she still is holding a lot of secrets. Obviously we still are not liking the king, Balin, who is Jax's dad. He's just pure evil. I think he truly wants to see them, like, see her like slip up or something. But we also realize is that he comes out saying, oh, I wanted to know more about who your mate's gonna be, and comes up with this whole file of things. Okay, somebody forged a lot about it. Who it was, nobody knows. For sure somebody forged it all. So yeah, I can't wait to just get into that and read and see like what's about to happen. So her time with Kale is coming up. So she was at the Ruby district, I believe. Now she is going to Sapphire Cove, which is Axel's city, and she's learning as she goes to these cities that like these guys aren't as cruel as the King's Guards and the posts that they put out, like the news. They aren't as bad as what they're portrayed as. Like, yes, some of it might be true, but they always have a really huge reason on why they did what they did. Like, they're not just going out there doing that to just people who did something so simple, if that makes sense. It's very interesting to see. We just seen like at the end of a month with the guy, because apparently this is multiple months. I don't know why I thought this was just gonna be like a 1 month, but this is like she spends a month with each guy. There's 4 of them, so like about 4 months in total. After the first month she is allowed to reject them all, but I don't think she's going to. I think she's gonna stick it through, to be honest. At the end of each month, she has to have dinners with all the kings and that significant other that she's with. Just Jax's dad is just, he's ruthless. I'm gonna be 100%. He's ruthless. I think because he thinks that nobody can match him to his power, like not even his own kid can right now, because they're not at their full potential of power. That he's kind of just like getting away with everything. Like I was just talking to my Instagram and I'm just like, how did the goddesses choose, like how did the one goddess choose him? Like he is pure evil, and I don't know if he's always been like that or over the years he just got that bad. There's something up. There's something why the goddesses are still asleep, and I think it has something to do with him. But yeah, I also think that her sister is a part of like that rebel that's been going around causing havoc at the prince's different cities. I say that just because how everything's coming about, how it's written, how she found a clue and related it back to her sister, and like why her sister never went back to Ashlyn, to her, to like at least even try to like get her. How do you just cut somebody off who's been there your whole life? So I don't know, it's just really interesting to see. I'm ready to see how her dynamic with Axel's going to be, but I also know that she is already feeling very protective over them, very just all in, very like a mate feels is how she's feeling. And I don't know why she keeps on saying like, oh, I know they're gonna have another chance after this choosing. Like she doesn't believe that she is their mate, but like everything that we're reading and everything that she's feeling and everything that they're feeling is proving obviously wrong. I'm really hoping that I can read, if I could finish this today, that would be like amazing. We'll see, guys. You know, it doesn't always come out to plan, but we'll see. I did not get to read any of Birth of Dynasty yesterday, so I am gonna read, I think at least like I'm gonna read a little bit in here today if I finish. This is why I don't ever read 2 books at one time, because I always end up finishing one before the other, and that's okay because I want to take my time with this one. I'm not tired, but like if I need to switch it up a little bit, because sometimes I'll get like distracted and I'll see that I'm reading the same line over and over again, then I'll just come over to this one and see, because I haven't read any of this one. I'm only on chapter 2 still, so that's kind of just like where we're at today. But 110 pages, I will take that any day compared to only doing like a 10-page read a day or something like that, because that's what I've kind of been doing the last like 2, almost 3 months. We're trying to get our books in for sure this month, especially because it's already April 25th, so I'm trying to get as many books as I can get read at the end of this month. Also, if I do finish this one today, I think then tomorrow, I don't know how long I'm going to do this. I usually do like Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Sunday, and I think I did Monday to Sunday for this one. We'll just see how long I want to keep going. I'll have a stack of books here that I need to read. I do want to get a lot of reading done next month as well, in May, because obviously with moving and things like that. So by the time my husband gets back by the end of the month, we're going to start packing up all my books and stuff like that. So you guys are probably going to start seeing a different, we're just going to move my bookshelves to the living room for now, just because he knows I want to take extra pictures and things like that to just get my Instagram and stuff like that set up for like hopefully next month. I have just a lot of reading to do, I feel like, so we're gonna do it. Do that because it kind of looks like a heart. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Guys, the way that I'm obsessed, that I keep cheesing and grinning, and I cannot wait to get her and Jax's mom. Chemistry, not only between all of them, but between the both of them, because he's so moody and Brody, and I just feel like misunderstood. I'm always for a guy who's misunderstood, and they're all like misunderstood in their own ways, but he's the one that everyone's scared of, that never gets close to, and it's like, you want to know why? Like, you know, everyone deserves love, but like, and his dad's an asshole. I am cheesy and kicking my foot. The smut is smutting. You can feel they're coming. They're mates. There's no questions about it that they're mates. Even they're feeling it. She's feeling it. I'm feeling it. Everyone's feeling it. Can't wait. I'm gonna keep reading now. So there's this scene with her and Al. They literally do it up in the air because he can fly. I was just like, I never read a scene in a book like that, and I was for it. I was like, yes, yes, yes. Can we do it again? Just wild, crazy. I am loving it. I can't wait. I'm pretty sure it's gonna end in a cliffhanger. I'm so goddamn nervous. I'm so excited for it as well. But I did not tell you guys how many pages I read on Friday. On Friday, I believe I read 70 pages. I read from chapter 20 to chapter 28, if I remember correctly. And it's Sunday, and I still have not finished an Everlist because we have been busy this weekend. So I'm sitting down. I have like about like 2 hours left on it. My friend already finished it, so I'm trying to play catch up so we can talk about it today. So that's what I'm currently about to do. Eat dinner and read for a little bit and hang out on the couch. But I'm having like hives and like a hive reaction. Like I have a couple, like I just got the shower to like try to hopefully calm them down. But yeah, I haven't had like hives like that in so long, but it's like all over my chest, my arms, and I just feel very itchy no matter what I do. So I'm going to end this video as I'm brushing my hair like this. I think I got a lot of reading done this week, but also not. I only finished one book. And that's kind of typical for like honestly my reading, especially when I am super busy and doing something or we have a lot going on. And for the next well, next month and the month after that, we have things going on. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry that this was kind of like short, to the point, and not really a lot to say, but I'm about to finish it up for this, so you guys will see this on my wrap up.